So in Lincoln today at some retail stores. So Katie, can you tell me who you are and what you do?
Yep, so I'm Katie Reaper and I'm the owner-operator of SportsPower in Port Lincoln with my husband Stephen, and we've got a 9-year-old daughter Harriet as well. I've moved back to Port Lincoln after having not lived here for 25 years, so was born and raised here. Left school at the end of 1999, went and did what a lot of people do and went to uni for a bit, hated it, joined the Air Force. And from the Air Force, I did 7 years of service. Then did a degree in sport management and worked in sport at an elite level nationally. And then came back here for a holiday 3 years ago with Stephen and Harriet and said, oh my gosh, I'd just love to come home. It's always been home. So we packed everything up in Victoria and we moved back here. And in the process, we purchased a sports store because we have that background.
Yeah, so I think for everyone calls EP home that was born, raised, and went to school here. So I love hearing that common theme amongst people. What is something that you absolutely love about the region?
There are so many things. I think I never really wanted to leave, and my parents pushed me out the door to go and explore the world, which I'm very grateful for. But out of my sisters and I, I've always had the pull to want to come home. So I've always been so proud to talk about Port Lincoln when I say to people where I'm from. Things that I'd always talk about are the pristine beaches, the fact that when you go somewhere, you're 150 metres away from the next person. So to have that isolation is lovely. We're so lucky with our seafood. You know, I've eaten Coffin Bay oysters over in Europe, and I'm so proud that I'm from this region. I say we've got the most delicious and freshest seafood in the world. Our grain export is amazing. So again, really proud to say that we have those export trades coming from the town that I grew up in. And the most important thing, and the thing that I've always loved about Port Lincoln, is that you walk down the street and you see people you know, and you don't get that anywhere else. And I can attest to that, having lived in a lot of places. I love the fact that I've moved back here and people will come in the store and I'll be looking at them and I'll go, did you teach me in year 3? Or I'll have someone say, your mum taught me at school. She was the best teacher. And you just don't get that personal connection like you do from a town like Port Lincoln,
There
having
is
grown up here.
always a connection to someone, to something along the EP.
Yeah.
It's even like when people note the West Coast Wave.
Yes. Yeah.
Everyone knows the West Coast Wave.
I've taught Stephen that.
Yeah. So something that might frustrate you about the region?
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a frustration. I'd call it a concern.
Okay.
So something that I didn't really think about before we moved back here was access to specialised health treatment. And Stephen had an injury when we first moved back here, and we had to go to Adelaide for everything. And I think in the 25 years that I've been gone, I expected the health system in terms of specialised treatment and services to be better, and it hasn't really improved. The other one was our water source. So I remember growing up that water in South Australia has never been great, but the water is appalling now. So it seems like those two things haven't really improved over that period of time, and it's almost like it takes it to get to a dire level before action is taken. And I wonder whether that's because we're so remote that we get forgotten about a lot of the time. So
Yeah.
they're probably two things that I'm concerned about.
So letting things go beyond repair, and
Yeah.
there's even a bigger repair. It's like preventative maintenance. We haven't had any of that on EP.
Yeah.
I don't feel.
Yeah.
What do you hope for or wish for someone in Parliament understood about our region?
It's probably those couple of things, and I think you can only appreciate what it's like when you live on the ground and you understand and you talk to people, but you also live and breathe it. So whilst I'm fortunate that my family hasn't been touched by cancer, I know a lot of people who are, and they have to travel to Adelaide and to Whyalla for their treatment. And I know that that is a big stretch on a number of reasons why it's a big stretch for them. And I think that the fact that you are able to get on the ground and actually listen to people and talk to people and hear what they need, it's important that we action all those needs from one end of the spectrum to the other. So Port Lincoln has a unique demographic. We've got the highest level of millionaires per head of capita in the Southern Hemisphere. And then we have absolute poverty when it comes to low socioeconomic. So it's a vast array of people. So representing people from one end to the other is going to be really important, and probably addressing those common themes that are coming through. And certainly the couple that I've mentioned on top of mental health the big ticket items.
Mental health has been a really big one that's been mentioned in the community as well. It just seems like we're at a stop somewhere, and those services aren't getting through or heard. So it's definitely something that we're concerned about as well. Thank you for talking to us today.